Hello, Philip in the Philippines here. Hope I'm not looking too hot and sweaty. I've just been out with my wife for a little walk, and we went to some local shops and we bought a few bits and pieces for our dinner tonight and for some other things. But I just want to mention something about if you're thinking about coming to retire to the Philippines or live in the Philippines or just come here for a little while to stay, you should be aware that there could be sometimes things that will not exactly annoy you, but could be a little bit frustrating for you. I'll give you some details. A couple of days ago, um, just a normal day, excuse me, a normal day, and all of a sudden there was an almighty bang, and all the lights went out and everything went out. This was during the day, not the lights went out, the fans went out, etc. And obviously, there was a sudden power cut. They call them brownouts here, but it's a sudden power cut and complete power failure. And yeah, I waited a minute or two, and I thought, well, that didn't sound too good. And there were some people that were outside, and they said, "Yeah, we saw a problem with the power line at one of the poles." They said that there was a bit of a flash, and basically something went pop, and they found out that there was a balloon that had hit the wires. Where that balloon came from, I have no idea, and what sort of balloon, whether it was a plastic balloon, latex balloon, or a metal balloon, I have no idea. But anyway, everything went pop, and apparently it was not just that one pole. There was another pole further down where something went pop as well. So there were two of them. So um, I basically quickly went into my phone apps and I looked at the electricity people, and the electricity people are called Meralco for our area. And bless them, they always work well for us. They're very good. I didn't have to phone them up or anything like that. All I did is I went into the app and tapped on report a brownout. So I tapped on that, and it said basically, okay, is it in your house or is it in your street or what? And I said, yeah, definitely in the street. Okay, tap that. And it said, did you hear anything? Did you see anything? Yeah, did you hear a pop? And I said, yes, I heard a pop, and submitted. And then it came up with, okay, the ticket has been submitted. We will come and have a look as soon as possible. And um, then nothing really happened. This the pop was about 11 o'clock, I think. And then a little while later, maybe half an hour later, somebody said, yeah, we got a report that somebody's reported this and they're sorting it out as quickly as possible, but it's going to take some time. And I looked at my app and it said, excuse me, it said that it would be fixed by 4:42, which would be like a 5 hour window. And I was thinking, okay, so be it. If there are two poles that have got these problems, so be it. And this Meralco truck came along and plonked itself straight in the middle of the street. It's basically a narrow street, and so nothing could go past on either side. And he had these like jack legs on either side, and it hoisted itself on these legs to steady itself. Excuse me. I seem to have a problem with my throat. One moment, I just have a quick drink. And this Meralco lorry, it jacked himself up, and there were a couple of guys. They were sitting in a, what do you call these? This basket on top of the crane, lifted themselves up, and they were fixing something on the pole or this, that, and the other, and looking very, very busy for a while. They were there for a while, sorting it out. Anyway, the although it said on the app it would be fixed by 4:42 p.m., by 3 p.m. it was all done. So issue started at 11 o'clock in the morning, fixed by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Not a problem. It was a very hot, sticky day, so that was the only thing. there were no fans, no aircon or anything available for anybody. But that was fine. It happened. And so everybody went to bed. We switched our air cons on that night to make sure that we were being nice and cool. And fine, no problem. The next morning, however, I went to go and wash up. No water. And so I said to my wife, "What's this all about?" And she said, "Yeah, okay, I know what's happened here. Basically, when the electricity goes off, the actual water pump that feeds the water to the water tower, which is out in the subdivision, that has a problem sometimes of getting started. And so sometimes you have a problem with no water." So she went and checked, and it was more than just a problem being started. Apparently something broke inside. We assume it was the pump. Maybe it was a mechanical thing on the pump, or maybe an electrical switch or something on the pump that was feeding the water to the tower. Oh dear. This was to do with the water, and our water provider is Prime Water. And Prime Water do not have such a good reputation around here, and possibly in other parts of the country, I'm not sure. So anyway, our board of directors, they contacted Prime Water, and Prime Water said, "Yeah, okay, we'll have a look at that." And they came along, I suppose, they checked, etc. And they said, "Yeah, we know what the problem is. That's actually going to take us 3 days to fix." And so they said 3 days. Does that mean we're going to be without water for 3 days? And I don't know what the conversation was, but okay, no water for 3 days. So very good of our board of directors talked to our barangay. The barangay very quickly contacted the fire service, and they brought along a fire truck, which they had loaded up with water. I don't think it's potable water, but it's definitely fresh water, and it's good enough. I guess if you want to boil it, it might be okay to drink, but we can easily get hold of bottles, these big bottles of water anyway, so that's not a problem. So yeah, for yesterday, we had a fire truck and came along, and everybody lined up with their bottles and their containers and drums, etc. And these firemen, they were filling up the bottles, switching on and fill it up. The next one, fill it up. And a line of people. It's all very orderly and very calm and things like that. And then today, still a problem. So some of the people were beginning to question the board of directors, the HOA, the homeowners board of directors, saying, can't we push this along? Can't we get something done about this? And the HOA people said, actually, we're doing as much as we can. We keep on contacting these people. We're going to go to them directly again. We're just going to see if we can push them along. But apart from that, we can't say that it's going to be done today, because it's not going to be done today. If they need to have a part delivered to them to fix it, and they haven't got the part, then obviously it ain't going to be fixed. So we're just waiting for the parts to come along, and they said that it will be within 3 days. So today, of course, is the second day. Still got no water. Fire truck came again, God bless them, and people lining up again, getting the water put into their drums and their bottles and whatever other containers they could get. And it really is an interesting situation, because obviously you can't shower. You don't have any shower water. All you've got are these buckets, and they have what's called tabor, and the tabor is a little like saucepan, deep saucepan shaped plastic bucket with a handle that you can dip into your bucket of water. You put it in the bathroom, and you basically put it over you and wash yourself and wash absolutely everything, and that's how you have your shower. And that's what we've been doing for the last couple of days. It's very refreshing. but it's something different. And for people who are maybe elderly and maybe a little bit difficult in their movement, talking, like retired people, etc., etc., it could be a bit of a problem. But everybody seems to be taking it in their path. It's just part of life for them, and everyone's being very civil about it, and everyone's being very friendly about it, and bonding together as a community. We're all saying, yeah, we're all in this together. It's not as if you're better off than me. We're all in it together. Let's see what happens. So that's what the situation is now. I did notice that when I went into details on the search, I checked to see about Prime Water, to see what they were saying about Prime Water, and I noticed that recently it had changed ownership um, in December 2025, and I think originally it belonged to the Villar Group, which is Manny Villar, who is a well-known person, businessman, and I think he was in politics as well. I'm not sure about that. It was owned by them. They divested 100% stake in Prime Water to Crystal Bridges Holding. I'm looking at this now online on the details, and Crystal Bridges Holding is owned by tycoon Lucio Ko. So he's got his work cut out for him. If Prime Water previously had a not good reputation, he needs to show that he's going to build it up. He's going to do something decent with it. There's some very interesting information that I was given. It was, I must say that it was AI. The information that was given to me was AI because I asked Gemini. I never know whether it's Gemini or Gemini. I asked it, can you give me an update on the situation with Prime Water? And it gave me a lot of great information about that. But and maybe I'll put some details on the screen for you to read through. I'm not sure whether I will do that or not, but I'll think about it. But one of the things that it talks about is that there is financial instability within joint ventures with Prime Water, talking about unpaid bills where they're not paying their contractors. And this part here is what interests me, shrinking assets. And it's talking about there are concerns regarding ballooning loans taken out by the company while its physical assets and service quality have allegedly deteriorated. Now that's interesting because I don't know whether that is why it's taking 3 days to fix our water issue. The no water for 3 days. We are taking it as it comes. But if there's any water people, water engineers, can you let us know whether it is a normal thing to take 3 days to fix the water system when a balloon causes a brownout with the electricity? Is that a normal thing for the water to be off for 3 days? I have no idea. Anyway, these are the sort of things that make living in the Philippines interesting. And if you are coming to live here, if you're going to retire here, these are the sort of things that you need to be aware of. I have to say that this is the first time in several years, actually. I'm thinking that the last time the water went off for any length of time was maybe even before the COVID. So maybe 5 or 6 years ago, it could have been was the last time that we had any problem with water issues. But anyway, on the whole, it's very good that we're going to get water back tomorrow, I hope. Our electricity was fixed very nicely. But if you're thinking of retiring to the Philippines, just, take it in your stride. If these sort of things happen, take it in your stride, because these things will happen. And having said that, I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for joining me. Can you please like, subscribe, comment, share with everyone that you can. And as always, stay strong, be blessed. I'll see you next time. Take care.